Well, I'll go through this whiteboard here and I'll find quite a bit of stuff that I like. This orange Sharpie will be put to work, but I'm going to say off the top, this was maybe my least favorite of the three. Maybe it was to say it to me, SANTOS, that just sent me down just a path of like, I hate this song so much. I mean, I just do not like that song at all. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. If that's what Phish was, I wouldn't like this band. I certainly wouldn't be here doing this. Then they sprinkle in songs like Lonely Trip, I don't absolutely hate it, but I don't really want to hear that. Even the Cars, Trucks, and Buses opener. Let's just start there. And one of your big ones of the night is Sightless Escape. What the hell is that? I know, I've played it a couple of times, and it was great, I gotta say. It was one of the big ones of the night. And Fuego, though, there was times in Fuego where I was like, is this awesome or is this horrible? I mean, not horrible, that's a bit strong, but or is this boring? I have to admit, too, somewhere around here, I started to go type 2. Diabetes, that is. Mary made some chocolate chip cookies, and I must have had about 9 of them in the second set. So, possibly that's it, I mean, I was really thrilled with this. All right, so I claimed I was going to start over here at Cars, Trucks, and Buses. Pretty much just recapped everything I didn't like. So let's get to the positive stuff. And look at this right here. In its familiar spot, maybe oh, again, very creative guys. But then maybe they could almost sense that they're starting to lose it a little bit with people a little bit on this one. Because this is one of the stronger ones, Moma Dance, that we've had in a while. Early on, it was Mike once again, Mike acting like his cats are down there in Mexico with him. He's trying to get their attention. They're not paying any attention to him at all, actually. So that's what's going on with the crazy noises with the bass. And then Trey lightly comes in, all right, I'll let Mike do his thing. And then by the end, Trey is like, I'm going to do my thing now. Then we get an okay Sigma Oasis, the tube that will just never go all the way, will it? It was nice. Okay, we'll take it. Sigma. And then the Wolfman's brother, very, very much like the Moma Dance. Maybe they were starting to sense that, hey, this is one of our big ones, and people are starting to go to the bathroom. The dancing has calmed down a bit. So then we get, it got off to a rough start. The ring, not much to speak of. Trey laughing his way through the problems at the beginning, but by the time they got to the bulk of the jam, boy, it was something, So there was a few of those moments tonight. Then they ripped through a maze, and then we get a Lonely Trip. They need to calm down after this maze. Things were a bit fiery after this combo. So then Possum ends it out, some arena rock on the beach. Makes no sense, pebbles and marbles right there. I could fix this for them. They can obviously play whatever they want, but I could have made this set so much better just by playing pebbles and marbles right there. Right? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. If you wanted Possum instead of pebbles and marbles, fine. I'm not going to say you're wrong, I guess. Okay, you're wrong. Oblivion and Sightless Escape. Oblivion, one of these songs that maybe I don't really necessarily love it, but I will have to admit, almost every single time it comes through, and it's worth a listen. And Sightless Escape, what in the hell? It's I'm just not rooting for a Ghost of the Forest song ever, really. Unless it's Ruby Waves, of course. Okay, I like About to Run. So there's some of Ghost of the Forest I like, but this one, and like I said earlier, it was very good. It didn't, at some point I had kind of lost focus and was like, is this still, the cookies were already taking hold. I was like, is this really, that Ghost of the Forest song? And indeed it was. And we get a quick trip into Prince Caspian. Seems like a Mexico regular at this point. Then the Fuego, as I discussed, I don't know if it was great or not. If it was boring, I'm not sure. I will say it was somewhere in between. This is awesome and this is kind of boring. It kind of wavered a little bit. Page with some sounds in there helping the Fuego, of course. And Sea of Stars, the setting makes a lot of sense. I kind of dig that song, but maybe after a Lonely Trip, maybe it needed something here. Maybe the Most Events. I know it's not really where it belongs, but. And then Chalk Dust, wow. Not exactly like last year's Chalk Dust. This is not going to go down as the song of the year. It was pretty much a Chalk Dust. And then Most Events Aren't Planned. We get a big, strong set ender there. Page doing his thing, but really it became a Trey thing, specifically toward the end. Trey really, right as they were wrapping up the song, unfortunately the webcam, the lights went dark on him, but Trey had about 5 seconds of just pure magic in him there in that Most Events Aren't Planned. And then a pretty crappy encore. Creamy Shits! a pretty crappy Encore here was slowing again and saying to me, Santos, man, just stop it already. Even the crowd didn't seem to like that, you know? And then the crowd was ready to do some yelling tonight. You could hear them. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. I'm done. We got one more night. There are some major players still on board for tomorrow. You know? Look, Sightless Escape. I'm not circling that. I don't care how good it was. I don't even want to write that on a whiteboard. What a horrible title, man. Great album, though. Shout out to Trey. All his friends are dying on him. That's sad. I'll work my way to the stop button on that one. I mean, it is a horrible title. Maybe if I wasn't in the whiteboard business, I'd feel differently, but nobody wants that crap. All right, boom. I've said enough. It was all right. It had to look. The Moma dance, real good. Wolfman's awesome. I'm not even going to say it. Boom. Powerful ending if you're into bald guys that play piano. And then, look, if you're into arena rock and you want to sing along and you're like all drunk, you're an idiot, congratulations. You got Say It To Me Santos. All right, guys, boom. We're out of here. I do love you, and I do love them. I love them more than you. I don't love anybody more than me, though. You got to love yourself. All right, guys, boom. We're out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Like I say every night, if you're here during this run and you've made it this deep into this video, consider yourself hardcore.